Just a gorgeous fall afternoon in the heart of Texas. No weather to speak of. Sun out, roof open. Yes, yes, and yes. A great day for football at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Today, Week 12 of the NFL season is upon us, and we've got a good one in store. As it'll be the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the Dallas Cowboys. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And look at this. Right away, a loose football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We got to get it back.
It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it second and a foot or so. Well, this defense for the Eagles, they were terrific a week ago in that win over Detroit.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there. And they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down.
Yeah! Here we go. All right, hey.
They'll stay on the ground with Williams. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like he'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. The Cowboys at 6-4 now on the year. And they come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
Prescott now from the 50. Left side to Lamb. So the completion good for 7 there. And that'll make it second down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a 2-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
We're going to 53. Hey, 47. Hey, keep going in. 47. 26.
Prescott down. Got open man, it's Pickens. And he's going to be knocked down hard at the end of that one.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, first and 10. From the gun, it's a run for Williams. And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Now Prescott. He's got this to Pickens. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. George Pickens, his 19th touchdown now on the season. And the Cowboys are on the board first here this afternoon. And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through. So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35. and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line.
180, 180.
On the ground, here's the rookie from Notre Dame. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
They'll run again with Love on 1st down. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. DeMarvin and Overshown, the one to bring him down. Hey, look at this Cowboy defense. This unit, they're hoping to improve against the pass because right now, Charles, number 27 in the NFL.
And those are the kind of plays that this unit needs to make because they know that going against a team of this magnitude and the way that they're playing, they cannot afford to let them get on a roll early. Chip away at their timing.
From the gun, it's Hurts. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 30. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
And they'll use him out of the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
Looking middle, and that's complete. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that will bring up 2nd down.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
Now an option play on 2nd down. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. 14 yards that time and a 1st down on the keeper. And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that. And here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game. And all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent game.
Now 2nd and 5. Snap will come from the 6. Shotgun handoff there for Love. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. If you're going to run against this unit, especially down here, just beware. I mean, they're the top rushing defense in the league.
Yeah, and then they go ahead and they double down with the whole thing because you think, okay, let's throw the ball. Oh, yeah, that's right. They defend the pass pretty well, too. Very difficult task right now.
Let's go. Trimmer. Hey.
Throwing is Hurts. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Everyone's eyes go to him when he nears the end zone, and that includes the coverage, who took away the easy throwing lanes and forced a high throw.
And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down.
Go silver, ready?
Here's Hurts to throw. He'll try to do it himself. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And this 10-play drive winds up yielding nothing. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. And he's going to get this from the 6 out to the 12. A pickup of 6 as they double their workspace. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they've got it with a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
They'll come up now 3rd and 3.
Yeah, here we go.
Here's Prescott. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Cowboys 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
Hey, kill. Yeah. Here we go.
And they'll go on the ground. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Well, these two teams, they met up way back in the season opener. And it was the Cowboys winning on the road, so they look for the sweep here back home in Arlington. 2nd and 5.
Yeah, here we go. I take 40. Hey, 47. 47. Kill.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. Will find Lamb. That's complete. And Lamb going to have a Cowboys 1st down as the tackle going to be made up at the 37. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive continues. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Hey, kill. Here we go, 46.
Prescott. Another one to CeeDee Lamb. He's got it. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. He's been a one-man wrecking crew these last couple of plays. This time 18 more and a 1st down.
The career is more at stake when you win your prime. That paper, baby, my face on the dotted line. I've been flying out of town for some peace of mind.
On play action, Prescott. Looking left side, he's got a man. That's Ferguson. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
Here we go, 40. Here we go. 26.
Looking to throw. Prescott. Throw left side, held in by Pickens. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. That is now 19-yard gains on back-to-back plays.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
Here we go. Here we go, 47. 26.
Prescott to throw it. Touchdown! 2 first-half touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points.
A good tight end is a heck of a weapon for any quarterback, especially when you're able to create some mismatches. Sometimes they work against a linebacker, sometimes they work against a smaller defense.
And it's blocked. That's a live ball scooped up by the offense. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
So after the blocked PAT, they're ready to kick this one off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they came into play here off 2 straight victories. Are back to 500 on the year. But, Charles, is this little mini run coming too late to salvage their season?
Well, they definitely dug themselves a hole that leaves them needing to play almost perfect football from here on out. But I do believe they think that they've got this thing turned around, and they are capable of doing exactly that.
2 yards to go, second down. Straight ahead running. Here's Long. And some pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. That's a gain of 13 as they try to whittle away at this 13-point deficit. Slot man moves right.
Hey, thumbs up, alert.
Hurts sets up to throw it. Over the middle, he's going to find Burden. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
Hey, let's go. Trimmer.
On first down, here's Love to the 27-yard line. Second down and 6 now.
He was tackled at the 27-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6.
Play action. Here's Hurts. He's got this complete to Burden. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 14. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
First and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Here's a first and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Great. Set.
Hurts. Throw left side complete. That's Love. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Ball sits on the 10, second and 5. Now back to throw. Now Hurts is going to do it himself. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them at the end zone as the first half winds down.
Now Hurts, he's going to do it himself. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it, incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on third down. So far, only allowed one conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. They'll look to throw again. Toward the pylon, caught. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Going to give it to Love. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. A great effort there as the first half is winding down. And the Eagles are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half.
Sometimes offensive can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
The extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 13-7. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And with only 9 seconds remaining, and not much time, we'll see how they play this. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. You see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. Final play of the half. Prescott. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Eagles ready to see the football first, and they trail here as we resume action in this third quarter. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
The Eagles take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
A great play there with his 14th touchdown of the year, second of the game. And the Eagles come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Fitzgerald now for the extra point. And this puts him on top by a penny. It's 14-13.
Eagles 14, Cowboys 13. William Fitzgerald set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, this is Fitzgerald now to send this one away. And he'll be out of bounds here, a yard shy of the 25 at the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And, Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, one-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just, our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side trying to match each other.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. To throw is Prescott. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Lamb. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that can really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32. From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Under. Hey, kill.
Throwing. Prescott. Open man, right side, it's Lamb. And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync.
40 touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys have retaken a third-quarter lead. So a very strong first drive in the second half, Charles, as they turn that halftime deficit into a third-quarter lead.
And they were pretty purposeful there, weren't they? Measured in their approach. But, boy, they executed awfully well, moving the ball down the field.
So Dak will bring the Cowboys up to go for the two-point try. Prescott, they're going to throw for it. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. Oh, a first mistake for him in the ball game as it's intercepted.
It's interesting that when it comes to two-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last time that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Here's Love again. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And it is caught. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 43. He'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
Oh, it's time to give one credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route. And he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. 50 catches for him now on the year. He's got a first down.
Eagles, first down. First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Again, he'll drop to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Love. From the 21, here's 2nd down and 7.
He's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Hurts completing this one quickly. And a gain of 5. And now that sets up 3rd and 2. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
On 3rd down, they go with Shipley. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
A gain of 2. Brings up 4th down and less than a yard.
63.
On 4th down, they'll try and run for it. But he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. They're able to keep the drive alive. 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one.
First down. First and goal at the 8-yard line.
They'll hand it off. It's Love. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he's got it. And it's going to be a nice pickup, but he also takes a pretty good lick at the end of that one. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. For the lead, here's 3rd and goal. They turn to Love on the handoff. And not going to be able to push this forward. He runs into a wall right at the line of scrimmage. They're going on 4th down with Hurts. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They try to throw on 4th and goal from the 2, and this Cowboy defense comes up with a goal line stand. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Their defense forced the turnover on downs. They've got the lead. They're in good shape, but can't go into a shell here, right? Still got to be careful.
Yeah, because they're still a long way away from kneel down time. So they've got to work on getting first downs, keep the sticks moving, right? Keep the clock going, and above all, ball secure. Don't turn it over.
So he stopped for no gain, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained. So they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Out of his end zone, Prescott. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're the 2nd half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
Prescott from his end zone on third. And that will be incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Your mind is out of bounds. It's telling you that you check about thoughts and memories that's adding up. Like overseas, you feel alive like you can't have enough. You probably feel paralyzed if you.
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. The Cowboys will go. Prescott. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jihad Campbell. So, my goodness, I wouldn't have thought this possible not too long ago, but that turnover there means we have a game again.
Yeah, it's been a completely different team here in the second half. I just wonder on the other side of the field, where the starters telling the backups, get ready, you're going to get some playing time. And now guess what? Hope they didn't cut the tape off of their wrists and ankles. They've got to go back out there and play.
King, Phil King, Phil King.
Throwing is Hurts. Pass caught by Burden. Call it a gain of a yard. And it's second down.
1-yard gain brings up second and 9 at the 15-yard line.
Here's Hurts to throw. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. He's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On third down, here's Love. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. A great effort there, with now 15 rushing touchdowns on the year. And the Eagles have moved out in front here in the fourth quarter. All right, now a big two-point conversion attempt still to come.
The Eagles will set up for the two-point conversion.
Hurts will throw. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And this one's caught. And their fourth quarter lead grows by a couple more. So they make the decision. They want a 3-point lead versus a 2-point lead, and they got it.
Yeah, at this stage of the game, it seems like the exact right thing to do. Put a little pressure on your defense, but the biggest thing now is you're making the other team chase you.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Now, the bad news for them, they've seen that cushion they once had totally evaporate, and they're working from behind. The good news, they now have the opportunity to regain the lead right back. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. That one good for 26 and a first down.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. First down, and he gets out of bounds.
Now you have to like the play calling because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and incompletions to use the clock.
And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
Here we go, 47. Here we go, 46. 26.
Now we give up the middle to Williams. And some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. 66 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down.
A gain of 4. It's now second and 6.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. Second and 6 coming up.
Yeah! Hey, come on. Wait,
And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Bear in mind, that wasn't a big lineman back there for the tackle for loss. That was a cornerback.
So are you saying the myth has been shattered? That all of them are not just cover corners? Some of them actually will stick their nose in and tackle when necessary? That's what we just saw, isn't it?
A big play looming on third down.
Here we go, going to 53. Here we go, 46. Here we go, going to 54, going to 54. Line. 26.
Here's Prescott. Throw left side complete. That's Ferguson. And the Cowboys are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Yeah, 26.
They'll try and run. This is Williams. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Oftentimes when you see a running back get bunched up in the backfield, it's usually because the defensive tackle is eating up blockers for others to make the play. Not in this case.
Here now, second and goal.
Here we go, 46. Yeah! Here we go, 48. Hey, 47. 26.
Now Dak. Finds Pickens out right.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
Now third and goal.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. Third and goal.
Here we go. 48. 26.
Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Picked off by Jihad Campbell. And a great return here gets this one all the way down the 26-yard line. Just when you thought this game might be turned on its ear, a late interception pretty much going to seal the deal.
Yeah, boy, talk about having your backs to the wall. This defense, they looked like they were in danger of surrendering this lead, but they knew they needed that one play, and they got it right there, partner.
They've got to have two hands on the football here as they run on first down. Down to the 22-yard line. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. Now a second and 6. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining. Here's 3rd and 7.
Brings up 3rd and 7.
Staying on the ground, it's Love. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. The offense staying out there. They're at 50%, 2 for 4 thus far in the game. What can they do here on 4th down? He'll look to throw. And this will be caught. He'll forget taking the knee. Some late gamesmanship here as they throw for a late touchdown. Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes.